Can you turn on my mic?
Welcome back to another episode of the Land Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Sledz.
And I'm Mike with the loud mic.
Titan Mike with the loud mic. And we got a special late edition, Matt Zuelch.
Here for the party.
Beer 30.
That's right. Smashing back tall boys tonight.
You gotta love Redline Radio. Internet radio, man. No FCC.
That's right.
You can do what the hell you want. You could kill somebody on internet radio and pretty much get away with it.
Especially at the beginning of the show, because I don't know if anybody's listening yet.
It usually takes about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
56 to 57 minutes for we get a listener, and then they're like, oh, great, it's over.
You guys should start doing crazy shit at the beginning of the show. You know, people don't want to miss this, whatever you're going to do at the beginning.
Kevin can juggle flaming babies.
Do we have 3 babies?
Like baby dolls.
Ah.
We have to improvise. I'm sure we can call China and we can get some shit. Like, it's very possible. Kevin and his watch party.
Yep. Sharing it
We
all
got
over.
Big Nose. Big Nose.
Big Nose. You call him Big Nose?
Eh.
I think I got the medium nose in this room.
I can't see mine, so is mine huge? Or is it
No,
Kevin?
I think Kevin's nose is kind of big, too.
Kevin's big. Yours
It
is.
might be.
I got a fat nose, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all that Coke.
I'm fat. Well, yeah. I'm the only fat cokehead in the history of cokeheads.
You're winning.
Yeah.
Right? You
that's
get
right.
the best of both worlds.
I do the coke and then I eat.
There you go. Like a champ.
Oh, we got 2 people on.
Start talking about drugs and they started coming out of the woodwork.
I guess we got that.
We haven't found our niche.
Yeah. Next week.
We're gonna pile of talcum powder.
So do we want to get this Myles Garrett shit out of the way?
He was just trying to give him his helmet back. I don't know why everybody's freaking out. Like, if you looked at it, it was a part where the head goes in with what he got hit with.
Yeah.
He was just trying to put it back on
That's true.
so the game can be played.
Yep.
But everybody's throwing shit out of proportion. But no, it was pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was. But if I was Myles Garrett, I'd done the same fucking thing. Dude, you're being held back by 2 Steelers, and the dude comes at you.
Charges you, right?
Comes at you after trying to rip your shit off on the ground,
Kicking you in the nuts.
kicking you in the nuts, and it's superior. I didn't see the picture of him punching him or grabbing him.
That was when he charged him. He grabbed his nuts when he charged
So
him.
that okay. So
As he was like hitting him with the helmet, he's got.
okay. So then those 2 are a wash. That's what they're grabbing. That's the wash in my opinion. But dude, you literally you initiated this shit,
Right.
and then he got pulled off. It should have been over. He wasn't coming at you swinging that helmet. You charged him, so what's he gonna do? Fuck off. I've done the same fucking thing. I'm sorry. And he doesn't get suspended or anything. He didn't get fined, but not suspended. Fuck, Larry Ogunjobi gets fucking suspended because he runs and knocks the dude down. But this dude can kick someone in the nuts and be cool. I'm pretty sure Shu got suspended for kicking somebody in the nuts, but why does Mason Rudolph?
Right.
I'm gonna say it again.
Valid question.
I cannot understand why he didn't get suspended. I just think there's a key detail that where everyone is leaving out.
White quarterback?
No. Have you guys watched the hit that Myles Garrett put on him to initiate the whole thing, the whole scuffle? He literally spun him around. He would not give up on taking this guy to the ground after he threw the ball. And I don't care fan or not a fan of what team. The hit was egregious. There was no need for that hit.
It was a little excessive. The initial contact wasn't. After he first hit him, wrapped him up, he should have tried to just let it go. But no, he took him on the ground. It's a Steelers-Browns game. It's a rivalry. There's heated feeling. It's going to happen.
That's
right?
why it wasn't.
That's why the refs throw flags. That's why they get flags. But you're a grown-ass man. You understand this. You should have been like, all right, whatever. I'm going to let the refs penalize you. The game's over. All right? But he decided he wanted to rip the fucking dude's helmet off and then kick him in the nuts and then charge him after the fact because he got his ripped off. All right, so is him getting tackled? Is that called for him to get his ripped off for kicking the balls? That's a little egregious too. Everything escalates from everything, so he's just as much at fault. I'm not justifying Myles Garrett hitting the helmet. That's 100% wrong. He should never done that. That's dumb. It's a weapon. If you got hit with the crown of that helmet, Mason Rudolph could have died.
Yeah, right.
Because Myles Garrett's a freak. He's huge. It's like a hammer. It's gonna happen.
Right.
But like, you don't charge a guy that's being held back too by 2 people. Like, come on now, all right? I mean, Pouncey got suspended for kicking him. Larry gets suspended a game for running into the dude. Like, Why
I
are
mean,
we
it's a lot
why,
more than running into him, but
Hey,
I don't know if
gave him a little.
they need to be
give him a little
suspended.
shove? Like that should have been a fine.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
fine.
fine him. That's fine, but suspended really because you're gonna suspend him for that, but not kicking somebody in the balls or ripping the helmet off,
Right,
and then
absolutely.
charging in this. That's where I draw a line. Myles Garrett should be suspended. And I think it'll be 4 games, and that's it.
I think it's the rest of the season.
I think it was that 4th game, right?
No, I think it'd be 6 games the rest of the season.
Because if you listen to he brought up that prior case back in 2013,
Right.
where the dude uses a helmet as a weapon and then threw it at somebody, got 3-game suspension.
Yeah, I heard he.
So they
he
want
did
to
make
set a
good case.
precedent. That should have been it because the rule got put in place back in there, the Alonzo rule or whatever.
Oh, Lozado.
Yeah, the Lozado rule. Sorry, I knew it was something with D's and L's. The Lozado rule was put into play, so they want to put into effect precedent. 2013 was your chance.
Right.
All right. After that, you can't start putting it precedent because now why not him? All right. It was not like he was the first one. The rule was put in place in the 70s. First time it was used was 2013. That it was penalized. But now Myles Garrett does it. It's the same concept. Don't set a precedent the second time. You can't do that.
It's a different league than it was in 2013.
It's the same.
That's true.
Yes, it's softer. Yes, but if he's already going to be, suspended and ejected, it's kind of like college football. Like Chase Young, the reason he probably didn't get more than 2 is because Ohio State suspended him almost right away. That's how. What was it? Ohio State did that shit before. They suspended someone right away to negate a suspension. Wasn't it Terrell Pryor or whoever? But
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
But I mean, 4 maybe 5 games because he's not going to play until like.
He hit the guy in the head. Like the NFL just paid out like billions of dollars for people with concussions.
But that wasn't a football injury. This is a fight.
The guy just had one of the worst concussions ever, which is a whole nother point. Like he didn't go to a concussion protocol or anything after he got hit in the head with a helmet. But the NFL is out to prove a point about, the safety of these players.
Then is Randall going to get suspended for that hit that caused the dude's ear to bleed? Deontay Johnson?
Pretty sure he did get suspended.
No, he got ejected that game.
He'll probably get fined. I don't think he'll get
He
suspended.
was ejected. That's not. I don't consider that a suspension. But he won't get suspended because nothing's ever. He'll get fined probably $40,000 or whatever, and that'll be it.
I think Myles Garrett was just trying to show that helmets don't cause concussions.
Yeah.
Especially with the good padding in the back of the helmet. That really protects the brainstem.
No, like I said, I don't agree at all with what he did. He handled the situation poorly. But like you said, I think Mason Rudolph should have been suspended at least 1 to 2 games for his
totally
actions.
Minimum 1.
And then to throw your hands up like
why did I get hit?
I didn't do
Are you
anything.
kidding me? Are you concussed? Because
Right.
are you okay? Because you just went through a wall. That's pretty much what the fuck just happened. I mean,
I saw
Was
he
he-
apologized today.
Mason Rudolph?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He
of
was
course he did. 'Cause
urged
he-
to do that, obviously.
Most likely, Tomlin and Kitchens, they took blame. But you can see a lot more of this falls on Tomlin. Hear me out. It's 21-7 with a minute left in the game. You ain't winning this.
10 seconds left in the game.
No, I'm talking. I'm going from a minute. I'm going from a minute. I know the fight happened in the last 10 seconds, but I'm going from a minute.
Right.
Mason Rudolph's been under pressure and siege all game. That line did not do anything to protect him all game. At that point, he should have been pulled out, and it should have been kneeling the ball and get out of there. I understand he wants to have his quarterback go out on a high note, make a couple of completions, get his. Not when he's been sacked 4 times, intercepted 4 times. Get him out of there. But no, you left him in there. That's bad coaching. You should have been gone. I'm sorry.
Right.
Kneel the ball, get out of dodge.
Or run it at the very least.
Yes, run it. Whatever. Just kneel it, run it, do everything. You shouldn't be having your quarterback drop back with a minute left. You're down 14, and he's been literally obliterated all game.
He was sacked on the 2 plays previous.
Exactly,
play when all this happened. So obviously the guy's agitated, but that doesn't make doing what he did right.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
It's not I'm just saying, but all this could have been avoided. If
Right.
a kneel or run, Myles Garrett ain't coming at you after a run. I don't think so. Not like that, because he's not making a play on the ball. And he has enough common sense, I think. I mean, he was agitated. I'm sorry, like I said, out of his phone helmet too. It's in my hand. I'm using it. It's just instinct.
Right.
Not the mama. Just boom.
What I hate is the national perception now of Myles Garrett. Everybody's making him out to be this bad guy, this monster. Like he's had a history of doing this kind of shit. this was an isolated incident.
He's had some big.
Yeah,
He's been fined a few times before this.
But late hits happen all over the NFL.
It was a little bit bigger late than late hits.
But I mean, outside of football,
he's not a shoe.
No.
Dirty player. You know, he's not like a Burfett. You know,
just personally, I think people are making him out to be a bad guy now. After this,
they need a story in Cleveland because the original one of us being playoff.
Well, the story is
gone.
The Browns taking ownership of being the bully over the Steelers because we've been bullied for how many years now.
And that's probably has something to do with it. We're winning.
Not that they set out to concuss players or do a
Myles Garrett. They literally dominated that game from the get-go. Right. In my opinion, from the get-go,
they wanted to be the physical
that
team.
game was theirs.
Right.
You know, from the get-go, like Pittsburgh was outplayed on every aspect of that game.
Right. What do you think?
For the first time.
From a Steeler perspective.
I thought that they dominated the Steelers. I thought that they should dominate the Steelers, if we could be honest. I'm not trying to make excuses, but especially once Juju goes out, Connor goes out, then that Deontay bloody ear guy goes out. I mean,
well, no, true. Yeah, it's true, but it's also that rivalry, dude. It's any given Sunday, dude. Anybody can come in there and win.
Right.
I mean, look at the Jets with what's his name, Luke Falk going out and beating the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I mean, I think they should have. I think they should have beat them more than they did.
Yeah, no doubt the Browns struggled on offense for most of that game.
It's the same thing again, though. They
Steelers back in the Steelers defense has gotten a lot better. That's their strength of their team this year.
You know what though? You didn't hear Fitzpatrick's name called one time.
Well, because he didn't know who to cover. He didn't have Cleveland has that luxury that they can't single Fitzpatrick on their one main guy, and just have him ball hawk. Like if they do Landry, Odell Beckham streaking down the middle. They do that Beckham, Landry's coming across the middle. I mean, you had those options, and then you're hitting Hunt out of the backfield. Chubb, Minka's probably playing up and down, left and right. He didn't know who to cover. So they're doing everything they can. They're switching coverage,
TJ Watt was involved, though. He's a beast.
TJ Watt's
he's a good player.
Yes.
He's a beast.
Great. There's a big thing like the Watts or the Bozas. Who controls the NFL defenses?
Well, if J.J. Watt could stay on the field, it'd probably be a better conversation.
Right.
But
Now the question I have, what do you think is going to happen when they go to Pittsburgh? Do you see any of the Pittsburgh Steelers players retaliating, maybe trying to hurt Baker Mayfield, something along those lines?
I don't think Baker Mayfield, but I did think that there will be some hits on the receivers, or whether it's Beckham or Chubb.
And the NFL is going to be watching this too.
Oh, there's going to be flags galore.
Because it's not even the Garrett
situation. It's going to last 4.5 hours because all the stoppage.
The two helmet hits causing concussions. I mean, it's.
But that was such a bang hit that caused it. It was a vicious hit.
Yeah.
But he didn't lower and I don't think it was intentful. That hit that caused a concussion from Randall. I just think it happened the way Deontay Johnson turned and moved. It just allowed it to happen. And that I was like, oh.
I had to laugh. Did you see Matt Wilson's Twitter post? The picture of him standing there with Juju on the ground, concussed. And then Juju replied and said, "Why you got to do me like that, bro?" It was obviously in good fun. There's no harm.
Juju's that homeschooled kid that finally made it to adulthood, and now he doesn't know how to react around all the big kids. Cause he's like, I never heard so many cuss words in my life. He went to college in Southern California. That's probably right, but a flaky ass state. But I don't know. He just.
I definitely think it's going to be chippy.
It's going to be chippy. And
I kind of wish they'd let it be. I mean, I don't want people getting hurt, but I wish they'd let them.
I would let it go to if I was the head ref, I'd let it go to a certain extent. But you got to watch. It's going to be.
I heard a guy calling a talk show this week and said he's going to the Steelers game, Browns fan, and he's wearing his Myles Garrett jersey.
I mean, that takes big balls.
That takes balls.
I mean, it's just a bad situation.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do that.
I wouldn't do that. Ballsy. I wouldn't wear a Browns jersey, period.
I would in the past because you're not looked at as a threat in Pittsburgh. But in the
past, I would not this game.
After this game, so before last game, I'd do it because I'd be everybody's like, yeah, okay, oh, you're cute, But now you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Drew said the refs are gonna be so flag happy, someone will get flagged for sneezing.
This shit happens now.
That's possible. I mean,
yeah.
they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna be watching it closely.
Yeah, and they're going to be watching certain players closely. They're going to be watching both quarterbacks, and then they watch probably the running back. I'm telling you, it's going to be those guys.
Yeah.
Like those receivers are moving so quick downfield that they're going to see holes and stuff they might not call. There's going to be some face mask, illegal hand to their face. Well, that's just going to happen. We're not going to see it.
So all this Myles Garrett shit kind of took away from a nice win by the Browns, like we said. Baker Mayfield, third straight game without a pick. His last 3 games, he has a 63% completion percentage, 704 yards, 5 TDs, no picks. They held Chubb under 100 yards. He had 92.
Quiet
92 yards.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt had 6 catches, 46 yards. How about that catch by rookie tight end Steven Carlson?
Over the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was a nice catch. So, obviously, that was his first NFL catch, going for a touchdown. Schobert had a monster game.
AFC Player of the Week.
10 tackles.
He was nuts.
Sack and 2 picks. Doesn't get much better than that. Chad Thomas had a sack in the second straight game. They're going to need him now with Myles Garrett out. And I haven't heard if Olivier Vernon's coming back this week or not. Hopefully.
That Brandon Cox is going to get some playing time.
Yeah, he might get some playing time. We didn't think he'd end up playing, but this changes things, obviously.
We're going to pick up somebody else, too.
And then Morgan Burnett having his best game of the season against his former team, tears his Achilles.
Does this open the door for Eric Berry?
That's what I was thinking. That might open the door for him. Although
Sign
he
Eric
hasn't
Berry.
played all year, so I don't know what kind of shape he's in.
He'll a game or two. He's probably in football shape.
I seen they elevated a guy from the practice squad of safety today.
We don't have to because Burnett's going on injury reserve. Randall's probably he's not suspended, but
No, I don't. He'll play. Justin Burris will probably start the other safety.
I'd sign Eric Berry. What's going to hurt? It's going to give you depth. I mean,
Right. Yeah, they had him in.
it's a veteran league that can help some of these younger guys do
The
whatever.
preseason, they had him in Berea, but they couldn't. Nothing ever came of it. But of course, they got the Dolphins this week.
See, that would be like a couple weeks ago. That would be a win,
Yeah, they're
a
playing
guarantee win.
They are playing
But
good.
the Dolphins are like beating teams that they shouldn't be beating. Just like
Right.
the Falcons are beating teams that they shouldn't be beating.
Now you got this defensive line. Could be a question. So Fitzpatrick has time. This guy could throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Ballage, their running back, this
Yeah.
dude's no joke either. He has some wheels. I watched a little bit of this game.
One thing I didn't realize either, I heard yesterday that Ryan Fitzpatrick has won his last 4 starts against Cleveland.
Oh, great.
There we go. That's a
5-0,
thing.
5-0.
Yeah.
But yeah. Did you watch that Bills Dolphins game? Did you see John Brown go ape shit?
No, I did not.
No.
Dude, I started him in fantasy. This dude gave me 34 points. This
Really?
went nuts. Him and Josh Allen put up 37. He went ape shit too.
Yeah.
This is coming up. You're gonna add weapons, man. Telling you, Bills gonna be something special. They're 7-3 right now. Watch out.
I just heard a question on the way here on a talk show. And the question was, who would you pick to win a first round playoff game, the Bills or the Vikings?
The Vikings.
That seemed to be the consensus.
Because look what they did. They came back from 20 points down. Kirk Cousins balled out.
Yeah.
They have
Stephon Diggs finally got me some fantasy
They have
points.
one of the top running backs in the NFL. And
He didn't play. He only had 12.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
not last week, but
Right.
like in general. Then they have, if Thielen's back, because I picked Thielen up. Someone dropped his ass. I was like, I'll pick him up. Let him come back and play off. Come on, thank you.
Why not?
I was like, I'll stash him and see if he plays. I mean, whatever. So Thielen's back. Rudolph is finally getting to be what Rudolph was in the years.
Yeah.
And then you got Diggs. And Kirk Cousins is showing why if he's worth that $80 million. I mean, you got a second-year quarterback in Allen, and then you have a rookie running back, and then some middle of the shelf receivers. I mean,
Right.
their defense is good, but
Yeah, their offense is still suspect.
yeah, Vikings like tenfold.
Yeah, they're a more complete team all around. Definitely.
Yeah. Their defensive line is nasty. With Everett, not Everett, Hunter, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter. I might be right. I don't know.
No,
But yeah.
well versed in my Vikings defensive players.
No, you're not a purple people eater guy.
So how about DeMario McCall and those Buckeyes?
Well, he's leading the charge. He probably won't see the field this week. He's tired.
First game, Fields and Dobbins, like one
Play the whole
of
game.
the few that they play the whole game. Man,
Yeah, so
can you imagine the numbers Dobbins could have if he played games?
I know. It kind of makes me sad when they take him out.
Let him go, dude, because he's going to the NFL.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Master Teague has 744 yards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And he's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
But big game this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you hear the Penn State quarterback is sick of getting death threats for that loss against Minnesota?
Yeah.
Well, but he should probably get used to it because I'm predicting a blowout.
Are you?
I
A
am.
blowout?
It
A
could
blowout.
Yeah, their defense isn't.
I don't know what the spread is, but I watched them in that game against Minnesota, and they were terrible. Trash. And they almost lost last week to Indiana or Illinois. I can't remember who they played, but it was
A close game.
Close
Yeah,
game.
it's Indiana.
Yeah.
So,
They always end up playing Ohio State well. Like, it doesn't matter. Penn State could be 3-10,
yeah.
and they'll play Ohio State close. Like, it's like Michigan. Like, it doesn't matter how
Penn State,
how
Purdue.
uneven the talent is in those two teams. The rivalry and the pure hatred for those teams,
Right.
even that field out.
The adrenaline, the
It,
emotion.
even that playing field, I don't care. Like it's like it doesn't matter. Like last couple years, you know, the double overtime where the interception sealed it for Ohio State to win. We were a way better team that year than Michigan,
Right.
but that took double overtime to win that game.
Right.
And then, there was last year. I mean, they were supposed to beat us last year.
But we destroyed them.
Blew them out.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Penn State has what it takes. For
No, I
us.
don't think they win. I'm just not. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet a blowout.
Especially with our main man coming back. He's got a lot of sacks to make up for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's hungry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he can get in there and cause havoc early and frequently, then blowout. But I mean, our defensive line has been running on all four cylinders and producing without him.
The guy stepping in his place.
It's been crazy. So Chase Young may not get that many reps to work him up. You know, they don't want. He's been off 2 weeks. They don't want to throw him in there and risk injury. You know, so they may not. It might not be as quick as we want it. You know, it might ease him into this because they have plenty of production on that line without him. So I don't see him being like I want him to, and he's a good chance to because he's that freakish. But I don't see they throw him in there and going, go. He's gonna be on snap count. I'll put money on it.
I kind of disagree with you.
You think he's not gonna be on snap count?
I think if I'm the coach, I'm putting that son of a bitch in there.
You would want to. I would want to too, but I don't want to risk injury to him because we're gonna need him against LSU or Clemson and whoever we're playing in the playoffs. We're gonna need him to get back there and disrupt him.
That's 6 weeks away.
Yeah, but a hamstring could linger that much. A high ankle sprain, it could be 4 to 6 weeks. I'm saying some injuries quick injuries, little thing that not severe broken arms, whatever, but a high ankle sprain, a severe hamstring pull could be 6 weeks.
You can't live in your fears.
Yeah, I think Day's going to play him as if he hasn't even been out the last 2 weeks. Just give him his
I'm not living in my
normal
fears.
reps.
I'm being smart, dude. I'm saving my talent.
I had to use that line.
I'm taking my talent to the CFP.
We got to get there first, but
We win out where we're going. I mean,
well, yeah, but we got to win out first.
I don't see us losing.
Number 2's got to have a big game.
I disagree on him having to be the big impact player. I think Fields and Dobbins just need to go, do their normal thing, and just go.
Well, that's obviously part of the equation too. But I think this guy's pissed off.
Oh, of course he is.
He was in the Heisman talks. I don't think he's going to win the Heisman, but he was in the Heisman talks. Then this bullshit stuff happens, and I think he wants to come out there.
Of course, I don't doubt he wants to go out there and be a menace.
I'm letting him go.
Fields is kind of creeping up in the Heisman race.
I
know he's not going to win it.
Burrow's to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
You look at his numbers this year.
After the Alabama game, it's Burrow's lose. I mean, there's nothing.
Fields has completed almost 70% of his passes, 31 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. Another 10 touchdowns on the ground.
No, I know Fields
Pretty
having
gaudy
a
numbers.
great season. He's having a great season. He has 41 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The sound effects, man. He's 41 touchdowns, and he's a huge game, but like, it's the work. Like, it's look at who Burrow's beat, the division he's in. I mean, that all play. If he was a Pac-12 quarterback or a Big 12 quarterback, I don't see him being this hyped, this far ahead in the Heisman race.
Yeah.
He'd be probably top 5 right now. He'd be talked about. He'd be in there, but it'd probably be Fields. Fields would probably be, or him or Jalen Hurts would probably be 1-2.
I think it was you that posted the meme on our Facebook page that Alabama losing to another third-string
Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says Saban's 0-2 against third-string Ohio State quarterbacks. Yep.
Yeah.
We're looking at Alabama not making the playoffs for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tua being gone now.
They're definitely on the outside looking in.
Because LSU will play Georgia in the SEC championship game, right? And Georgia has 1 loss, right? Alabama has 1 loss. If Georgia loses, which I think they will to LSU, I think LSU has enough to beat them. LSU is the SEC champion, so they're in. Ohio State wins out, their Big Ten champion, they're in. Oklahoma, Clemson wins out, they're in. That's 3, right?
Yeah.
So a 1-loss, non-conference, non-champion SEC team, or a Big 12 1-loss Big 12 team.
Champ. No, they don't have a champion.
Yes, they do. They do now. They do now. So that Big 12 didn't, and that's what the first year Ohio State made it. Was a whole big thing because TCU should have made it in there. Blah blah blah.
Right.
So they're like, you know what? Fuck that. We're having a Big 12, so we can have that champ.
Right.
So a 1-loss Big 12 champ or a 1-loss Pac-12 champ. I think they get in over.
They're getting in.
Huh?
Hands down, they're getting in.
Over Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a doubt.
They should. Right. Rightfully so.
So that's what I'm saying. Alabama literally needs Georgia to beat LSU.
Georgia's still the winner of that SEC championship.
It's going. I got that. But then you need either with that happening, it's gonna.
You need like Oklahoma to lose or Clemson to lose is what they really need.
And the
Because
Clemson
I
ain't
think
losing.
the loser, if LSU lost the SEC championship, they probably still could make a case for them to be in the.
They'd have a win over number 2 team. Well, 5 now, but then they'd have a loss against number 4 team, and they also beat They beat Texas, who was ranked at the point at time. They beat Florida, who was ranked, and Auburn. They didn't play Auburn.
I mean, if they say that the committee is there to put the best 4 teams in the playoff. I don't know.
Well, without Tua, they're not. Alabama's not one of the best 4. I don't think they.
Yeah.
I don't think unless they put the other Tua in, but he's not even at the school yet. I don't think, right? Or is he there this year?
I don't even know of a second Tua.
Yeah, his little brother or cousin, committed to Alabama, and I can't remember if it was this year, his rookie, his freshman year, or if it's next year.
Here's a good question I've been hearing about Tua. Is this a blessing in disguise, the hip injury? Because people are saying that if he, comes out for the NFL, he's going to probably fall down in the draft. And does that put him, potentially with a better team that might be in the barely in the playoff category that could trade up and look to draft him rather than being Dwayne Haskins, who's stuck in football hell with the Redskins, Tua
Redskins drafted him at 16.
But Tua was going to the Bengals.
I don't know. Before he gets hurt, I don't know. I think Burrow passed him up as the number 1 quarterback in the draft.
Nonetheless, he's going top 5 to a shitty team.
He's going Miami. I think Miami was going to be Tua. Miami, but
So now if he falls, does a team that has some capital to move up and has an older quarterback, I don't know, say like the Patriots, does he end up in a better situation?
He's not a Belichick quarterback. I think
because of the hip injury.
I think maybe the Chargers could be.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The
Chargers. You'd be looking at the Packers. Could sit someone him a couple years behind Aaron Rodgers walk off in the sunset.
I'm gonna Jim Jordan you. The question is the hip injury a blessing in disguise?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
For him personally, it could be.
Maybe because this is an injury that killed Bo Jackson's career. Same exact injury.
Going to cost him some money, but
He
could
had
put him in a better situation.
He had draft insurance.
No, I mean Tua.
Tua had draft insurance.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
Okay.
that's why it's not costing him a dime. He had draft insurance to protect him from slipping on the top 5, I think.
That was smart.
A lot of those players get it regardless. Yeah. I mean, but like I don't know. Like I think I'd rather play for Miami without this hip injury. So my career is I'm 100%. Like I know you had the surgery, you caught it early. You're not. It's newer times. You know, you're not gonna. Bo Jackson didn't know.
He's gonna be fine, 100%.
100% healing, yes, but there's shit lingers. I mean, and I don't care who. Like I had surgery in my back, and they told me I was 100% fine. That shit lingers. I still feel it. I still have pain. It lingers. I don't care how good of a doctor you are. You're putting shit in your body that wasn't there. It's gonna linger.
Mac Jones is their backup, by the way. He's the one taking over.
Matt Jones.
Mac
Jones.
MAC. They started one game this year against Arkansas, and Tua was out this year. But you realize Penn State, if they beat Ohio State, takes control of the East because they both have one loss and they get the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Head to head.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty huge game for them.
It's like college football, man. That's what you gotta love about it.
Yep.
You gotta love it and you gotta hate it because one slip up,
one loss could kick you out of everything.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but this. So let's look at this situation because we're in almost looks like kind of unprecedented area right now because you got such big powers in the top 10, like great teams. If you look at what you put down here, was it last?
Oh, the top 10 teams. Here we go.
Yeah, you have LSU at 1, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia. Those are your top 4. Then Alabama, Oregon, Utah, Penn State, Oklahoma, Minnesota. Your 7 through 10 are like second place division players right now, or winning the division. You know, Utah's winning their conference right now. Oregon's winning their conference. Penn State's second. Minnesota's winning theirs, the division. Oklahoma's winning their division. Right? These are all one-loss teams that are like on the verge, knocking at the door. Right? So this, with all this talent being this wide open, this deep